Welcome back to ManCave Garage Workshop. Over my shoulder here, I've got the K1 3D printer from Creality. I bought this about 3 years ago. It was a good sale when I bought it. I love the printer. It's done really well over the last few years. I really haven't had any problems with it. That is until now. So when I bought it, it's the older version, so it's an original version of the K1, which had a different hot end. And so if you have this version, you have a hot end that looks something like this. All right, here's the hot end. You can see it's very short. These are a couple screws that hold it in. And these are the wires that connect to the board. So obviously I've already taken this apart. You can tell you have one of these hot ends if you haven't ever taken it apart before by having one of these nozzles. So you can see this nozzle is very short, right? It's, you know, it screws right into the hot end here. So it screws in like this. You know, you screw it all the way in, tighten it up inside the machine there, right? And then you put the silicone on top, right? So you have something that looks kind of like that. Okay, one of the problems with these older units is it has one of these blue tubes that is inside the unit under the extruder. So you got a piece in there that has gears in it that pulls the filament down through this tube into the hot end, and that which then prints onto your print. Now the problem is that this plastic piece is probably a point of weakness, and so they have changed that out now with a different hot end called a Unicorn hot end. So if you're getting into this problem where all of a sudden it's not feeding or your filament gets stuck, you are going to have to disassemble the entire head and then get to the point where you find this blue tube. And what I ended up having to do is cut out the filament. So, and I had to use pliers. So that used to be a perfectly round tube. I had to use pliers to really pull this out. It wouldn't come out otherwise. So, I'm not sure if you can see it in the video, but you can see that there is a piece of black filament stuck inside that tube that just would not come out. So anyway, I had to upgrade and get the new hot end. All right, so this is what the new hot end with the heat sink looks like. So when you order it off Amazon, if you've got that version that has the old hot end, you'll have that short hot end with a heat sink that looks like this, okay? So this, obviously I've taken this out, I've unscrewed it from the machine. So one thing I'll add here too is that if you're unsure, you're new to 3D printing, or you really haven't had to do something like this yourself, you don't feel you're mechanically inclined, this really isn't that big of a job, right? So if the machine's stuck, if it's broken, you know, take a chance, right? You don't have any other choice here. You're gonna have to replace it. You know, otherwise you're talking about replacing the whole machine when you really don't have to. So, you know, pull out, you know, go through the motions, unscrew everything. Now, unfortunately, I did not video unscrewing everything from the machine, but it's pretty straightforward. The easy part is unscrewing it. The harder part is putting it back together. Remember what screws go where. So I'm going to show you that as I put it together so you can see. Now back to the hot end. So as you can see, this is a different hot end. It's a full assembly that will come just like this. So I'll give a link to Amazon where I got this so you guys can pick one of these up. So as you can see, this hot end, this end here, this replaces that blue tube. So if you've got blue tube and you're wondering, does this piece replace it? Yes, it does. Okay, you got to get the blue tube out of there, and then you would put this in replacing it. Okay, so we're going to put this back in, and I will show you step by step on how I do that. Okay, so here's the new hot end, right? We're going to install that here in a second. First, I'll point out that when you order this, it comes with a thermal grease packet that to actually put on the end here where it touches the heat sink. But since this came pre-assembled, I'm going to make an assumption here that I don't need to pull it apart just to put that in. So I'm going to leave that alone and not use the thermal grease here. We'll see how good it works. If I'm having issues, I'll take it back apart and we'll put that in. Okay, so now here we're going to take this. There is a hole right here that you can slide right into, slide the hot end right up and into the hole, okay? There are screws here on the front and they're here on the side, so we're gonna screw that in. Okay, so when you took it apart, you weren't paying attention to the screws that you're using. The screws that go in through the side are these flat head hex screwdrivers. So you're going to take this flat head and we're going to stick it in through the side right there. Okay, and we're going to use the proper size hex wrench that came with your machine. Your machine should have come with 3 different hex wrenches, and so there are 3 different size screws, and you will use all the hex wrenches for this little job. All right, then we're going to put the second screw in through the second side here. Okay, so now we're going to take these. Whoops. Okay, so now we're going to take these smaller screws. Their head looks kind of like that. We can get that in a good picture here. This is going to have a slightly larger Allen key. So, you know, the other size that we did on the sides, that was the medium size. This is the larger size. So we're going to take that screw and we're going to put it right in the front of the heat sink. And we'll find the second one of those and put it on the other side. Okay, so now you've got your heatsink, your new heatsink here with your new hot end assembly, and that's all now secured in place. Okay, so now you've got 3 connections you have to make. Okay, so when you disassembled this, you took the hot ends out from these 2 and the extruder out from here. So we're going to re-plug these back in. So we've got the hot end here, goes in the goes in the larger connection. Okay, and that should be pretty snug in there. Now we're going to take that other end of the hot end, plug it in next to it. Okay, those should be pretty snug, and then you have your extra extruder here plug, so that's going to go right above it in the slot right here. Okay, those are pretty snug now. Okay, so now we're going to take the fan. The fan with the label side is going to face towards the hot end. Okay, so you're going to get it lined up to these holes here. All right, and those should line back up to the holes on the extruder. All right, finally we're going to take a black screw. The black one is the one that was on the bottom. Okay, so we have the screws in all 3 of these holes now, so that's all set, all the wiring set, so now that part's done. Okay, so now we're going to put the front fan on. Okay, so there is one more connection here we have to make, so we're going to plug this into the very front connector here at the top. Okay, so now we've got these small screws here, so you can see the size of those. They got a nice flat head. Those go into the side of the front cover plate where you theoretically took them out of. And I drop screws like there's no tomorrow. Okay, so in theory, that's all there is. So now you got to put the filament back in and start her up and see if we got it working. All right, I loaded the filament, so let's see if we can extrude it. All right, it's trying. It says it's extruding. Nothing yet. I smell it getting hot. And it says it extruded, but it didn't do anything. All right, the filament is tight in there, so I'm going to hit it again. Oh, there it goes. Can't really see it, but there it's extruding. So I'd say that's success. I'm going to give it one more try. You can see it's coming out. It is quite warm. All right, goodness. Thumbs up. Okay, one more thing I'm going to do. Since I changed the nozzle out, I am going to do the full self test, which is the input shaping and the auto leveling, just to make sure everything's good before I try to print again. So we'll start that up. So thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw and this helped you out, please hit subscribe and like the video. I hope this was useful to you guys if you're doing 3D printing. Like I said, it is the K1 printer. I've seen it recently in the $340 or so range. So if you're interested in looking at these and picking one up, I do highly recommend it. I've been using it pretty much non-stop since I got it. I love the printer, really easy to use. I'm looking at what is next for me from 3D printing. So whether it's a multicolor printer or whatnot, I will be looking at those and doing some reviews here as I decide what my next printer is going to be. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on ManCave Garage Workshop. See you soon.